Publish a book, it was a stigma because you couldn't get a real publisher, okay? But now, I think that that stigma has gone away. In fact, we should call it artisanal publishing as opposed to self-publishing, because you would never go up to an artisanal baker, artisanal winemaker, artisanal brewer, artisanal chef and say, "Oh, you're a loser," right? You must be a loser because you couldn't get a job at Anheuser-Busch, or you couldn't get a job making Twinkies, or you couldn't get a job, at Gallo Wine. So you had to become an artisanal baker, brewer, or winemaker. No one would ever say that. So why would you say that to a self-publisher? Don't get me started on this. Okay. So the thing that's wrong with that theory is that if you self-publish a book and it does well, a traditional publisher will try to buy the rights, okay? So the key is not whether you self-published it or not. The key is that you sold a lot of copies. That's all that counts. I don't think when St. Martin's or whoever first acquired 50 Shades of Grey, I don't think they said, "Wow, we just shouldn't acquire this book. It's selling a lot, but it's self-published. How good could it be?" That's not the test. Now, I can give you some tips to avoid the stigma to the extent that the stigma still is around. So if you're going to self-publish a book, if your name is Jane Schmo, I suggest you not call the book The Schmo Way. I also suggest that you not call your publishing entity Schmo Press, because The Schmo Way by Jane Schmo of Schmo Press kind of screams self-published. Another thing you can do to avoid the self-publishing stigma is you must hire a copy editor. The probability that you're a good writer and a good copy editor is zero. Absolutely zero. Okay? Secondly, I will tell you, you must hire a cover designer. The probability that you're a good author and a good cover designer is also zero. And so these are the three things. The copy editing is lousy, the cover is lousy, and the publisher's name is named after the author. Those are just the three smoking guns of self-published mediocrity. So don't do those three things. And then, just market the hell out of it. And so I'll tell you, there's sort of three plans in publishing. Plan A is you find an agent, you find an editor, the editor loves your book, gives you a $2 million advance, you buy a beach house so you can write your book in peace, you hire a nanny, your kids are getting straight A's, you don't have to take them to tutors anymore, no more soccer matches, nothing, your husband, your wife is totally supportive. That's plan A, okay? Plan B is you write the book. You write the book when you're sitting in your minivan waiting at the tutor. You write your book at Starbucks. You write your book any way you can. You write your book even though your kids are getting C's and D's. And it's clear they're not going to get into Dartmouth or Brown or Yale, okay? Because you're compelled to write this book. You spend $1,000 for a copy editor. You spend $1,000 for a cover designer. You've been working for a year getting a great social media platform so that you don't have to suck up to any traditional publisher to market you. You take your book to market. You use social media, you get it out, you're successful. Then, that would be plan B, okay? The self-publishing plan. Plan C is you do plan B, and you're so successful with plan B, then a traditional publisher says, "I want to buy the rights of your self-published book. You have done so well yourself. With our added distribution and foreign rights abilities, we can take it to the next level." You sell the current rights of your book for $1 million. You do a 2-3 book deal for $2 million. Life is good. Okay? That is plan C. So, underneath that question is, would I ever now the two-time self-publisher, would I ever go back to traditional publishing? Okay? And let me give you the answer. The answer is absolutely yes. If a traditional publisher said, "Guy, here is $1 million. Here is your advance, $1 million," I would be saying, I don't care if you take 9 months to get the book out. I don't care if you screw up the cover. I don't care if you tell me to put crap in it that you don't want. For $1 million, I'm yours.
Is that the line?
It's the line. You really, honestly, you cannot buy me, but you can rent me.